would have loved to ask him questions at a time like this. So if we come here and we do politics of bow and go, this is not a period we should still bow and go. Even Donald Trump is on our neck. We have not yet asked him what his response will be to Donald Trump, the President of America. He is not just anybody. Chief of Defense Staff, a nominee for a Minister of Defense of a country, and you stand up and say you should take a bow and go, with so many questions on the mouth of Nigerians, with over 200 Nigerian children in the bush, kidnapped and being tortured. His appointment is heralded all over Nigeria with happiness because Nigerians believe he has something to offer. Give the man an opportunity to give Nigerians hope.
Hello, everyone. I can't even believe that today some of the things that is being done by this illegitimate government is actually because of Donald Trump. Hearing the Senate president talking to members of the Senate today and berating them over the fact that they simply wanted to ask the Minister of Defense nominee to just take a bow and leave. In the way that he berated them, of course, that's what a Senate president should do. A Senate president who knows his onions and thinks about the nation in terms of ensuring that the right thing is done always for the nation and what is best. You know, amongst the functions of the National Assembly is always when there are nominations, they are the ones that are going to confirm, the nomination. That's why there's so much power that the National Assembly has. And for them to just come and say, oh, take a bow and go. But in all of this is to say that it's really because of Donald Trump, the fact that President Trump of the United States of America has really put pressure on the Nigerian politicians, the elected officials, and they are actually trying to do something. Hey, I mean, who no fear investment? They get investment there because they know say Donald Trump not too well like that. He can wake up tomorrow and say he's going after all their investments, in the United States, which should be a good one for Nigeria though, because there are a lot of monies that have been, taken out of Nigeria and put in over there, and that's the reason why, for me personally, I always say that we really don't want the West giving us, arms or aids or whatever. What we want them to do is to stop giving our rulers who loot us dry enabling environment for them to be able to stash away and hide the monies, that they getting from here, the loot that they carry on from here. So of course they are being careful, and so that's why you heard earlier on when he was saying that, oh, even Donald Trump is on us, we have to ask him what he's going to tell Donald Trump, not what he's going to tell you and I. Yeah, citizens of Nigeria, meanwhile we are the ones voting. Donald Trump does not have PVC in Nigeria. He cannot vote. We that we are voting, they don't regard us as nothing because we as citizens have also not regarded ourselves. And of course, they continue to do all of these things on the way. By the way, they've done that. The former CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, has done his nomination appearance, giving some reasons. Although there are people who are like, oh, he might not be able to be as effective as he should be, because generally the only reason why they are bringing him in, of course, he serves a lot of this. The heat is on them on the terms of the fact that, look, there is Christian persecution, and that they try to make things look. And even in the kind of governance structure, it's tilted. It's There's no equity. You're talking about the president is a Muslim, the illegitimate president is a Muslim, the illegitimate vice president is a Muslim, minister of foreign affairs is a Muslim. You have speaker a Muslim, or the senate president is a non-Muslim. It's a bit of that hierarchy. So now they're looking for the ones that they're able to kill, because they're trying to say, oh no, I remember when was it Boala? No, it wasn't Boala. I think it was the current Festus Kiyamo that did an interview and was like, oh no, there's no persecution. Even we are given appointment. I'm thinking, appointment in your own country that you have right to. That's why you are not doing as if they gave you appointment as if it's because of Christianity that they gave you appointment, not because of your competence or because of political might and weight. But anyway, let's watch and see if the fear of Donald Trump is going to lead to them actually waking up and getting the political will for them to actually bring an end to the menace that we have in our country. Well, so be it. Nigerians will welcome that because there's a lot of fear in Nigeria. Literally, Nigeria is slipping out of our hands. It's almost going. And it's such a sad thing for us all to see how the country is going. And we're literally not doing anything about it. We are being boxing. Abuja is being boxing. You see almost as if they are taking out all the surrounding, communities, villages, local governments, and all of that. And it's just we're being squeezed, and people are just trying to go on as if I think people are desperate in a way that if they continue to do what they're doing and not giving to think about the what is really happening, then it might just disappear. That whole thing about is it an ostrich digging its head in, meanwhile all its other body is outside. Literally, that's just what we're doing, and you're seeing all manner of things. And our and the people who are in office, most of them, because they were not elected, they will read their way in. They do not, they have this audacity to behave badly. They do not care that the people are the ones who are actually supposed to vote, and so they're doing all manner of things because they know they have rigging to fall back on. But what they don't know is that the only rigging that they can have is when the people are not ready for them. When people are ready for them, they don't burn anybody when may rig any election anyway. That is not something that it's going to happen. You see, a Tinubu already distributing vehicles. They were distributing vehicles for the campaign of 2027. Meanwhile, 260 something children are still in captivity, little kids, children in nursery and primary school, not even a bit of adults, children in nursery and primary school, have been taken away. They are with terrorists, and yet what the illegitimate president Bola Ahmed Tinubu is thinking about is for him to share vehicles, for him to share things all around there. He's not even thinking about protecting lives and property. He's not thinking about the fact that people are being killed all over Nigeria. You have terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, whatever you call them, or no government, what are Zakarua, Boko Haram, whatever it is, they are all over the country, killing people, maiming people, destroying lives and properties, abducting, kidnapping, collecting ransom. It's unbelievable. In a nation where people don't have money, a lot of people have been forced to sell their belongings, to sell what they have for them to be able to pay ransom to criminals that have held us on. But at the end of the day, let's just see how all of this goes. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.